under Article 36 of the party constitution. They also resolved to extend the tenure of the purported national leadership of the group, led by a man who is a source of confusion everywhere he goes, Mr. Elias Lukwago. And lastly, they resolved to form a new political party. Fast forward, the purported National Delegates Conference, held by the former chairman, Ambassador Birigura, was ultra-vires and void as the convener, and with the ruling of Justice Esther Nambayo, which slapped a court order restraining the same Birigura and Katonga adherents from organizing the so-called extra-delegates conference on the 19th of September, thus rendering any resolution of such a meeting a nullity. So it is our considered view and the view of court that whatever resolutions came thereafter this ruling, including the resolutions of the 19th August 2024, are a nullity and considered as merely a fallacy. It would be recalled that while the leadership in Najjanakubi organized leadership renewal as per the National Council, chaired by Ambassador Birigura, on 28th July 2023, which resolved to conduct the elections from village to national level, our colleagues at Katonga went to court to challenge our National Delegates Conference. And by the way, the resolutions of 28th of July 2023 were signed by the same Waswa Birigura, a man who is now known to be a climber of walls. He was the one who signed this. And you could be surprised to have seen him in Katonga posturing as the chairman of the National Delegates Conference. I think if there isn't simply some confusion in this gentleman's head that would require detailed examination, then there is something else that needs to be done. Justice Musa Sekana dismissed the petition and cleared the leadership of Najjanakubi to go on with the National Delegates Conference that took place in Padidar, Samoj, in Lugogo on 6th October 2023, which conference elected the current office bearers. After the conference, the newly elected leadership was filed with the Electoral Commission and was duly certified. Noteworthy is that the Justice Sekana ruling has not been challenged up to now. That means there was an adherence to this particular ruling, and yet our friends have continued to act in contempt of court. Just to demonstrate to you who are in charge of this party, I've already said, we are recognized by the regulator of political parties in this country. All pieces of correspondence regarding the FDC is made within ourselves and outside of the FDC by the duly elected and recognized Secretary General Nathan Nandala Mafabi James. We have continued to dispense our duties and responsibilities unchallenged. We fronted Dr. Rosemary Adwoch Ogwal as candidate for Dokolo by-election under the signature of Nandal Mafabi James. We also designated Honorable Yusuf Sibambi as party whip, now recognized by Parliament, replacing the renegade Honorable Ibrahim Semuju Gandhi. And at this point, I would like the country to note that there were attempts by some misguided members of Parliament, including Francis Mujuke, who went and petitioned the Speaker of Parliament. The Right Honorable Speaker made a ruling, and in her ruling she said, I would like to advise that the National Delegates Conference do pronounce itself on this matter. And we did. Semuju had to move out of that office and give way, yield to the authority of Yusuf Sibambi, our new whip. We have continued to receive funds from the Electoral Commission, which funds are allocated to parties represented in Parliament in accordance with the law based on the proportion that is represented by every party in the House. We have utilized these funds immediately and efficiently and filed accountability returns to the regulator of political parties. We have also answered audit queries. The Electoral Commission has not been to Katonga to issue statements of the Auditor General. The Electoral Commission has not been to Katonga to ask for accountability of any funds. The Electoral Commission has not been to Katonga to ask them to file a list of leaders that are duly elected. In fact, our friends wandered into the banks in this country, wanting to take control over the accounts of the FDC. They were told by the bank authorities they do not know them. And so, our leaders here who are authorized continue to transact under the signature of the Secretary General and that of the Treasury General of all accounts that belong to the FDC. And this is in accordance with the Political Parties and Organizations Act 2005. We have never had any objection to our operations as political parties. We continue to operate official business of the party from plot 1164 Entebbe Road in Kampala, commonly known as Najjanakubi, where we are here now. Those guys who have behaved like thugs cannot come here to conduct any business. This is the official seat of the FDC, with the authorized officials sitting here. Lukwago cannot come and sit in my office. He comes to sit here as who? He can't. And you know, if he thinks he's the president of the party, let him dare come here tomorrow. So, with respect to winding up our political party, the only legitimate body that is authorized to engage in the process of dissolving the party, as per Article 36 of the party constitution, is the leadership at Najjanakubi. And we give respect and honor to our party chairman, who is not Waswa Birikwa, but the Honorable Jag Sabit. Our colleagues at Katonga have no locus of dissolving the party. They don't have control over anything in the party. They can only continue in clownish posturing that we see written everywhere in whatever they do. And it's really very surprising that the man that is even made to read the resolutions, Elias Lukwago, to dissolve this party, does not know where we came from. He has no clue whatsoever what it took to form this party, to maintain it above political water. He has no clue whatsoever about the pain that we have endured in sustaining this party. And he comes here making fun about the funeral of the FDs. It is extremely painful for us. The oldest university in this country. And you go on television to question his credentials, saying all sorts of things about him, and yet there are skeletons in his closet that can be proved. This one's name should actually, we, the Baganda, would call him Somba Bioma. Because whom has he not flinched of money in this country? Including those he is hobnobbing with. At a party level, I can report he misappropriated a lot of money, but we forgave him. I have received complaints from 56 MPs on the case in the election of 2021 come under the protection of the SFC in order to win the election. And Dr. Besige thinks, in fact, I would like to even inform the public that Dr. Besige knows all about this, about the involvement of Mujike with the PLU, about his association with Muozi, the first son, about his association with the NRM. But he's prepared to turn the other way, because Mubuha on several occasions escorting Mr. Museveni on foreign trips. We don't understand under what capacity. The same person was bankrolled by the State House with billions of shillings, ostensibly to defeat the then Speaker of Parliament in the Kamuli district woman election race. And I am going to say this with authority. Because in a meeting that had senior leaders, including Dr. Besige, she confessed to this. I'm surprised that Dr. Besige is looking for people who collaborate with the NRM, and yet just before his nose, there are people who do exactly that. Just recently, on the 26th of January 2024, she was invited and attended as a special guest at the NRM Liberation Day celebration in Buwege Town Council, Jinja District, which was presided by Mr. Museveni. We wonder whether the party that is about to be formed, which Honorable Salam seems to be the spokesperson, she was the master of ceremony in the purported delegates conference, was represented by Salam